Welcome everybody to Kiwiradio.nz, your weekly showcase of what's independent, alternative and new coming from Aotearoa Down Under. Tonight I have the wonderful Edwin joining us from a band called The Rooms, and it's, just to be a little bit tricky, it's spelt RVMES. Their website can be found on therooms.co.nz, so the RVMES.co.nz. Who are they? Well, they're a creative bunch, a band that plays alt-rock, funk, and reggae, reminiscent of Red Hot Chili's from the 90s. And I'm excited to actually hear their music and show them to the world today. So give it up for our guest of honor, Edwin from The Rooms. How's it going, mate?
It's very good, mate. That's a great intro. I see you've brought the crowd in.
I did? Yep. There's a few rowdy ones here at the front. So how are you doing?
Yeah, that's what with this. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Just finished a beautiful dinner. I'm having a beer in the
Nice.
studio and watching you on YouTube there in the studio. Looks mean. Looks like you got some cool toys in there, bro.
It does. Yeah, well, thank you, man. And thanks for joining us today and just giving us your side of the story. We're a storytelling podcast here at Kiwi Radio, and we love to hear your music, but also, get to have a bit of a banter. So how does that sound?
Sounds bloody good to me, mate. Where do we start, my friend?
Well, we'll go one by one. So we've got a 3-song set coming from Edwin here at The Rooms. And but first of all, before we play the music, tell us the story behind the band name, because it is pronounced Rooms, but spelt RVMES.
So, do you want the real story, or do you want a made up story? Because we get asked this a lot, and let's go with the original story, mate. I'm here to tell the truth. So we're just chilling one day, and we're just trying to come up with a band name, and just bouncing a few ideas. And some of the boys are surfers in the band, and there is a surfing brand called Ruka, RVCA. You may have worn one of their shirts or surfed one of their surfboards. So that came into the mix, and then I'm pretty sure we were drinking rum, or we were hungover from rum, or some rum-involved kind of venture was recent at that point. So we got rum in there, and we play tunes. So basically, rum and tunes, Rooms. We took the V from Ruka. There's also a cool band called Churches with a V in their name, and that's kind of like all of the elements of our band name.
Taking a page,
there it is.
Taking a page from what's successful and turning it into your own thing. Awesome. Well,
that's the one.
Well, it is very exciting to hear from you today. Now, Edwin, you're the singer, right?
Correct, yes.
But, tell us about your bandmates who are in the background but not here right now for the podcast.
Well, we have an hour, so let's just dive in, mate. So I met Logan, the drummer, at a poker game. This was probably like 8 years ago now. And yeah, we're just kind of chatting and hanging out and stuff, and we both wanted to start a bit of a band, and I had some like solo stuff back in the day, and yeah, he's just like, mate, I'm absolutely keen to do some drumming. So boom, started jamming with him and moved up to Auckland, and a friend of mine, Sam Bartels, hooked me up with Ronaldo, the bass player. He gave me his number. Was just like, call this guy. He'll be a great bass player for you. So he came along, absolutely smashed the, per se, audition. We just had a really good jam. We're like, okay, he's in. And this was a band called Edwin, Judd and the Jury back in the day. And as time went on, I didn't want my name on the band, basically, because everyone was giving all of their creative juices to the band. So yeah, I just decided that I wanted something that didn't have my name. And yeah, then we just decided to call the band The Rooms after the debacle of going through Ruka and everything. But we've been through a few lead guitarists. So the first guitarist was Miro Gibson, and we met him just through jamming around the scene. He used to be in a band called the Deadbeat Boys, and we used to go see them play quite often. And yeah, just started yarning with him. I did some cover gigs with him, and then yeah, he ended up getting roped into joining the band. So he was with us for about 4 years or 5 years. And then he ended up moving to London. Very, very sad, but that's what happens. A lot of people are moving over to London. And then, we have a new guitarist after him called Richard Moore, and he was a friend of Miro's. Miro kind of helped with the changeover, which is really nice. Richard was a bloody beautiful player, and he is the guy that we wrote some of these new tunes with that you're about to hear. But yeah, he's just recently moved to Japan. So now we're on our third lead guitarist, Mitchell Goodfellow, who we've known just through playing around the scene. He used to be in a band called Big Tasty. He's done some work with Zola Nova and a few other people and DJs under the name Mojo Smooth. But yeah, he's a bloody good fellow. So looking forward to writing some new stuff with him. But he's before that, he's got to tour this album with us.
For sure. Sounds like
there we go.
Good bunch of boys to basically have a bit of fun with. And
that's the one.
And play some festivals around New Zealand. You guys are awesome. So, well, let's get started with the storytelling element of each song. Starting off with a track called Diamonds. Now, can you recall what this tune was all about?
Mate, it's just about being broke, pretty much. Yes. it's.
I'm feeling that this year,
too...
man. It's quite the pinch this year. It's 2025. Right? It's brutal. I checked out my last tax, my tax for year for me in the last 20 years. So I know a thing or two about being broke. But carry on.
For us, like we usually sneak one or two pop songs onto an album, and this is one of them. And we're like, well, maybe this song can make us some money, so let's being broke, and then maybe.
Positive affirmations.
Absolutely, man.
I get it. Cool. Well, let's play the jam, and welcome you as you warm up with your beer, as you mentioned, and I'm glad you've had a nice.
That's the one.
Dinner. Can I say what you've had for dinner? Was it I had pasta bolognese, and that's one of my top three.
That's delicious. That's delicious. We actually inverted the vibes, and do you know how you usually have like the classic Kiwi hangover breakfast, and you have like bacon, eggs, and
yum.
potatoes? So I had that for dinner.
Oh yeah, I do that too sometimes. Actually, I do that too. Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those meals you can have all year round at any time of the day. And
damn straight.
Bit of a classic Kiwi dish. So there you go. Well, Edwin, let's get started. Diamonds is the song about positive affirmations, turning your bank account around through the vibes of good music. And if you can help out, go check out a show or buy some stuff from the Rooms. It's all on your lovely website, which is the Rooms, RVMES. .co.nz. Let's get started with the showcase. You're tuned into Kiwiradio.nz here every Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. New Zealand time.
Is there diamonds on the floor because everyone's scrambling? Are there words right there under your lip cause you're not having it? And it gets to me and it gets to you and it gets to us, don't it? We are broke, we are tired, it is tough, isn't it, baby? To us, don't it? We are broke, we are tired, it is tough, isn't it, baby? You
RVMES.nz, simulcast on upfm.co.nz, and proudly sponsored by Musician Buddy app. If you've got an iPhone or iPad, go check them out. It's free to join, and it connects musicians with audiences. Now, Edwin, I'm glad you're drinking a beverage there. I do have a good dad joke, if you don't mind, and it's about drinks.
Lay it on me, bro.
What did the water say to his best friend?
What?
Hydrated. That's a good one. Do you have any good jokes?
There it is, bro.
Do you have a go-to?
Bro, on the spot? Nah, bro. What's a ninja's favorite drink?
What's a ninja's favorite drink? Tell me.
What the? There you go. And return to your water joke, bro.
There we go. There's a good one. I'm glad you pulled that one out, and it's put a good standard to the rest of the show. Anyways, let it be is the next song in the playlist here today. Tell us about this number.
Yeah, so this tune is, when you're speeding sometimes and you get pulled up by a cop, and I don't know, sometimes they let you off.
Woo,
if you have a smooth tongue,
Yep.
It's about those cops, driving around. They're in a good mood. You're in a good mood. You're speeding accidentally. Maybe you're listening to Michael Jackson or something.
Do you unbutton a shirt? Do you unbutton a button or two in your blouse just to kind of persuade?
I just don't wear a shirt while I'm driving, mate.
Good move. Take
there we go. Just
I need it.
Ahead of the curve.
Always a good time with Edwin.
That's the one. But no, yeah, it's just about cool cops, basically. They're out there. We're actually good friends with a constable under the name of Wayne Paxton. He might
know my
helps us out with
guitarist.
sound gear.
One of my guitarists went to the Popo, and you just never know. They have all sorts of backgrounds, really. Everyone's got to collect a paycheck, so there we go.
Yeah, damn straight, man.
There we go. We all have families to feed and stuff. So, anyways, what it be is about that, and let's ask a few questions about you, Edwin. So you're obviously the front person, the vocalist for the wonderfully renowned and adored band The Rooms. Tell us of your personal journey. Take us to the start of music, why you wanted to kind of get into it.
Well, the very start, I was 10 years old, and my parents were like, for Christmas, they asked, do I want a guitar or do I want a RC hovercraft? And luckily enough, I chose the guitar, and that was kind of the start of my journey. And I went to a place called Buckland Primary School when I was young, and I had a teacher called Mr. Brown who taught me the basics, the old twinkle, twinkle, little star and the major scale and all that kind of light stuff when you.
Did Mr. Brown show you the brown notes, the one that gets the leaders?
No, he didn't, mate. He didn't.
Mr. Brown,
I didn't.
Opportunity there.
Yeah. I know. Maybe I'll give him a call. After that, I went to
a comedy show I watched. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a YouTube skit, and they're like, I think it was the Foo Fighters. It was the Foo Fighters, and they were having a laugh, and they're like, played in the key of J.
That means jazz, bro.
Oh, true.
The key of J is jazz.
So here you are as a young 10-year-old, and Mr. Brown showed you the ropes. And what about in terms of songwriting? Was it a girl? Was it about what?
Yeah, there was a few songs about some girls. There was I was a huge stoner back in the day. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the podcast, but yeah, there we go.
For mature.
The crowd approves. There we go. So just a bit of that. I was like a huge reggae head, had like big dreads when I was back in school, and
picturing you in dreads now. Okay.
Yeah. There's some pictures if you go for a dive on our social media. But yeah, man. Yeah, I just loved reggae back in the day. So that's still infused into the rooms. Like when I don't know what to play when we're writing a song, basically I'll just do a fat reggae skank, and life's good.
I am an alt rocker through and through. Tell me about a good band that's not Bob Marley that may change my mind about reggae.
Well, the one I listened to a lot back in the day was a band called Soldier, SOJA, Soldiers of Jah Army. That was like one of my huge ones.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. I'll
So
give it
yeah, man,
another try.
highly recommend.
Give it another try.
Well,
There are some good New Zealand bands that do reggae. Salmonella Dub come to mind, and did you hear?
Yeah.
Who's another good one from New Zealand?
Well, I love Troy Kingi, man. He does a lot of genres,
cool.
but he's released a lot of good reggae stuff. And shout out to him as well. Because we just got signed to AAA Records not long ago, and it's
congratulations on that. I know the bloke that runs that. So
yeah, Matty boy, Timatera.
Yeah, cool guys. Well, what does that mean for you being signed to AAA? Does that mean more merch coming out this year, or what does that mean for the rooms?
Well, these songs you are playing tonight are part of an album we're releasing in September. So actually, I'm just going to say it now while we're kind of like in the middle of all this. These mixes, when I sent them to you, we thought they were the finals, but they're not. They've gone in for a remix. So this is like a kind of cool insight to the album, you know, like a bit of a curveball. Yeah, because I was thinking of delaying this interview, and I'm like, maybe we could wait to the like actual finals. And I'm like, actually, you know what? Nah, let's just do it. People listening can get like a unique experience. Yeah, exactly. And then people know what's coming up.
Cool. I like that thought too, because I was following a podcaster about songwriting, and sometimes as songwriters we think that the first rendition or mix down is the final, when sometimes it takes feedback or a breathing room, testing ground to kind of get the music to the final product, if that makes sense. You know, it's part of the journey.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm excited and privileged that Kiwi Radio is doing the pre-listen. In fact, this isn't the first time, though. This isn't my first rodeo, my friend, but I do appreciate it. Edwin at the rooms joining us today. You've talked about the second track, so let's go ahead and play it. And then we've got one song to go. It is currently 7:30 p.m. here in New Zealand. If you're listening to this in the future as a rerun, the date today is 17th of June, 2025. You're locked into Kiwi Radio.
Leave him alone, he needs his peace. There's nothing wrong
Radio. That is The Rooms. Signed to AAA Records, emerging creativity with local acts in New Zealand. Go check them out at AAArecords.com. There are other great artists on that label called, Troy Kingy. There's Albie and the Wolves, French for Rabbits, much, much more. Lee Martin, who's also been on Kiwi Radio. And one of my favorites, Outside In. If you like Radiohead, go check him out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mikey's the man with that one. And you guys. So that's a announcement for 2025. Congratulations. Is there anything else you'd like to share in terms of anything upcoming in 2025? You mentioned the album in September, and this is a bit of a pre-listen party, but does that mean there's going to be gigs for the album as well?
There is going to be gigs, absolutely. No, mate, where's the horns? Where's the horns? We're going to get, the one. Thank you.
And one for
yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, man, we're going to be going on tour around the North Island, I believe. Listening to Diamonds, we're broke as we can't afford to go down
south
again, unfortunately. Yeah. So we're just going to stick to the North Island, and hopefully maybe we can pick up a festival or something in the South Island. Yeah, but we got some awesome dates already locked in. I'm just working on finalizing the last few, but it's looking like a very healthy summer, so you'll be able to hear and see us on the road over September and October.
Awesome. We are, of course, talking about The Rooms. If you've just joined in, they're an alt-rock band with boundary issues. Love that tagline. And what kind of boundary issues are we talking about? Are we just talking rowdy each time you play, or what?
Yeah. You just have to come and experience it live.
Yeah. I've seen some of the video clips. There's one in particular with you and at Big Fan, I believe, and it just looks like an insanely good time. So, I hope people go and check you guys out and have some fun while they're at it. So, The Rooms.
Absolutely.
Now, we are down to our last track, Any Better Reason. Tell us the story.
This is a bit of a deep song. We've had Being Broke, we've had Cool Cops, and now we're getting deep, man. We like to have some songs that are a good time, but we also like to have nice messages,
Yeah, sure.
And some songs. So this one,
substance is good when it comes to music,
Yes, exactly, and so is substances. Anyway,
do not condone. Don't drop or drink and drive. Otherwise,
exactly.
You might get a bad cop. Who knows? Anyways,
totally. But yeah, so this song is I don't know. We're pretty emotional when we're recording this one. It's
wow.
It's a really beautiful number, but it's. How do I explain this, mate? How do I explain this? So when I was writing the lyrics, when I was starting the lyrics off, I got the boys to help me eventually, but I was kind of envisioning being at a festival, say, for example,
sure.
And I don't know if you've had some substances or not. Maybe you're just on a life trip, but basically you're there with a friend or someone, like a family member, someone close to you, and you just have this kind of unspoken bond that they have your back kind of thing, and just that feeling that someone's got you. And it's just basically about that, and that can transpose to not even being at a festival, life in general,
sure.
Just having that person or yearning for that person,
your inner circle, your ride or dies, the boys that back you through thick and thin.
Exactly, and and the lyrics are totally open to put your own meaning to them, which is a beautiful thing in music as well.
Yeah, I like that, and it's good to have a good tribe if you're down in the dumps, and those ride or dies, they're really good, and shout out to my best friend Dougal. This one goes out to you. I love you, bro.
Hell
yeah. No, healthy balance of bromance is all good. Just don't tell the wife. Anyways, The Rooms, bunch of good-looking dudes. That's enough to to bend. If you might have to bend over. That I'm going nowhere with this. I had the Family
You've
Guy
been
in
drinking
mind.
as well, mate.
I had the Family Guy in mind, and I've got a good joke that I saw on an episode. And I'm trying to like link it together, but it was like, oh my god, that airplane got hijacked. At least it didn't get gay-jacked. And then they have the disco balls. Yeah, it's enough for that. Enough to turn you into that, really, when you look at the handsome photography in the electronic press kit. That is therooms.co.nz.
Oh, the electronic press kit. Oh, we actually just had a photo shoot yesterday, day before. Anyway, with the lovely Flora. So look out for some new pictures on the way. It's very exciting.
It's good for me as a music press person, because you'd be surprised at the number of people that submit their music with no description, no photos, nothing, just the song attached. And I'm like, what do I talk about, So, and that visual element of getting to know the faces behind the music, I think is really important. I often do that with my CD collection. I just kind of look through the behind the scenes stuff, them in the studio. You get to connect with the musicians as people, because they are people too, after all. And with real stories and good tunes. Now. I am very pleased to finally line up this interview with you guys. I think you're a band to watch, and I hope that more people tune in to what you have on offer. With the album coming up in September, North Island gigs, I should say. But yeah, the best place to find them is therooms.co.nz, but also on Instagram, The Rooms Band. And remember, it's RVMES. Edwin, all right. Any better reason?
Yes.
Is the last track.
And enjoy it. It's all for you guys.
Okay, what's the time here? Well, do we have time to have you stick around, and we'll do a closing?
Absolutely. I'm here for the chats, mate. Let's play the song and have some more yarns.
Yeah, awesome. Well, think of a good question, Ralph. Think of a good question. Anyways, Kiwiradio.nz. We're here for the hour, and thanks for tuning in each and every week. We have some lovely, lovely guests coming into studio. You mentioned we have a pretty cool-looking studio. If you're ever in North Auckland, hit me up, and you might even be in studio with me live and in person. That includes people like Lucy Liu and Amelia Power that's going to be joining us very soon in person. More about that on our Instagram, Kiwiradio.nz. For now, here is more Rooms.
You are on my side, because of that I'm good tonight. We don't need to speak of what's running through our minds. These visions are making waves across this room. The
Kiwiradio.nz, more of that music at therooms.co.nz. Welcome to the pre-party listen. I'm laughing at some of the comments in the chat room. Big hi to Karen Franson listening from England. G'day, Governor. How you doing? I believe it's the morning over there. And Karen is saying, was that a dad dance? Well, you haven't seen this yet. If you're on youtube.com at Kiwiradio.nz, I couldn't help but boogie to that one. That was a good little number there, Edwin. So
thanks, bro. Excellent moves.
We've
You
done
need to
dad
teach me
jokes
sometime, mate.
and dad dances for you people out of the internet who enjoy that.
Are you a
kind of
dad?
thing. I am. Yourself?
Oh, there we
or,
go. Makes sense then.
Any kids
I'm
that
not, mate.
you know
I'm
of?
just No, I'm just practicing in the meantime, mate.
Okay, sure. Practicing, but does that mean you have a fur baby?
I do too.
Nice. Those things are for real. Good thing is they don't churn through diapers, but yeah, their fur babies are legit.
Yeah, a couple of cats, mate. Nice.
Cats? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. He's actually just come back from the vet, which was very exciting.
What's the best pussy you've had all year? I'm sorry. Speaking of, this podcast is immature.
Speaking of. Excellent.
You've lost you for words. You don't know what question I'm going to ask you next. Let's go with the G-rated one. What was, if your band was stranded in a deserted island, who would be eaten first?
Probably Mitchell, the new guitarist, just because he's just the new member.
What? Ouch.
Oh, look at that, Logan Fox in the chat. What a drummer!
Oh, is he the drummer?
My goodness. No.
Oh, he's saying Logan. Logan Fox is saying that drummer is amazing. We were talking earlier about positive affirmations, and that includes critiquing your own performance. So Logan, great drumming there. Now, you and your band, you're tight, but what's the funniest thing that a fan has ever done at one of your concerts? Do you recall?
That a fan has ever done?
Yeah. Could be a band member, actually, if you want to spill the beans.
So, oh, man, Sorry, I'm just laughing at Logan's comments in the chat. The one that sticks in my head the most is we were playing Okura Forest Festival a few years back. Yep. And this is when Richard was in the band, and it was his birthday. And he's notorious for saving money and just bringing snacks. And he always brings carrots and nuts. And so I'm like, well, for his birthday, I'm obviously going to go to the market and buy him like 2 kgs worth of carrots. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, sweet as. And we had a festival on the day of his birthday. So rocked up to kind of sound check, and I'm like, happy birthday, brother. Here's your carrots. And we ended up bringing the carrots on stage, and yeah. And Richard was just like, all right. So this was like mid-performance. Everyone was fucking hyped as it was like sunset. It was amazing. And Richard was just like, all right, whoever dances the hardest will get a carrot. So the crowd went into like fucking
frenzy,
high gear.
The Hunger Games.
Frenzy, man. People were on like
insane.
People's shoulders and shit, and they were riding on like.
Have you seen the price of groceries?
I
don't.
Oh, mate.
I don't blame them.
I'm thinking of doing kg blocks of tasty cheese at the next gig.
Cheese is gold these days, you know.
Yeah, sure. Could you imagine? We'd fucking sell out.
You would have made it if you'd done that. Giving away cheese blocks.
It's not a bad idea, actually. It's not a bad idea. Maybe. A little Fonterra sponsorship.
Anywho, And what's one more fun question I can ask you? If you do have a fun question for Edwin, who's the singer of The Rooms, you've got about 60 seconds to put it in the chat room. So Karen, I expect something Britishly quirky from you, and Logan as the
let's
drummer,
go, Karen.
I want something short, accenty, and punchy from you. So. Now, you've described listening to bands like Soldier and stuff like that in terms of musical style, but if you were to describe your band's music to someone who has never heard of you before, how would you explain it in your words? Because I've read your bios and stuff, but How would you explain it?
Yeah. As BFM says, the bios are the devil's toilet paper. We're just alternative rock, mate. We kind of incorporate all of our inspirations. Like I've got reggae. Logan has like surf rock. Ronaldo, the bassist, is he used to be in punk bands back in Brazil, and all of our guitarists have basically been like kind of funky dudes. And yeah, kind of all throw that all together, and you get kind of like a funky alternative groove rock kind of band, basically.
Awesome.
As you've just heard, hopefully that is the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Logan
awesome.
Fox, favorite guitar, tell your strat. That's a hard question, bro. You know that's a struggle for me. At this moment in time, Fender Telecaster.
Fender Tele?
But
okay.
Yeah. I just got my Tele set up. It's sounding really good. It's got a Gibson Firebird pickup in the neck, which is so sick. But I also have a Strat that's made by one of my good friends, Jono. He made it for my 21st birthday. It's made from a piece of wood that was from my dad's sawmill when I was a child.
Oh wow!
So very sentimental. Yeah, and the Tele is a reclaimed bit of wood from a Californian bridge, which is also very cool.
Oh wow! That's really awesome. Can you take the steering wheel and close off the show for the last 2 minutes? I'm trying to line up a call with Logan.
Yeah, hell yeah. So thank you for listening. For one, we are the Rooms. For two, you spell that RVMES. And it was an absolute pleasure. My name is Edwin. Hopefully, Logan's going to be on the phone very shortly. Am I actually closing? I don't know if I'm closing this out proper. Am I supposed to be on the phone with Logan?
Well,
Surely.
You can. I was going to ring him via Instagram because I don't have his phone. But if you hop onto Instagram, I might be able to do a two-way.
Hold on.
But
on Instagram?
it's failed my call request to Logan because he doesn't follow us, so that may or may not happen.
Terrible, Logan. What are you doing, bro?
Logan,
you need to follow Kiwiradio.nz.
There we go. Logan, did you actually want to be in the show tonight? I don't know. He might be practicing his. I want to sound like I know.
Lubing up his drum kit, eh?
The parallels. What's it called when you?
Paradiddles.
That's the funniest musical term that I know of. A paradiddle, especially if you say it to a bloke, right? Are you practicing your paradiddles, my son?
And the old non-musicians, eh? Oh, look, he's gone quiet in the chat. Where have you gone, Logan? Anyway, we're just on our own little train now.
Logan, follow Kiwiradio.nz on Instagram. We may be able to line up a phone call. It may or may not happen. Who knows? But
we'll see. This is much longer than 60 seconds.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we've got his consent in the chat room before going ahead with that. But yeah, so thank you for the pre-listen. It's cool. It might be 90% there. You said the mixes, so you're working with AAA Records this year, and can people buy any merch or anything like that to support you guys? What's the
Actually, well, we're playing a show on Thursday up at Paroa Brewing in Whangaparoa, and we're probably going to have some of our merch with us, just some of the older run, which is very cool. It's we got some like Stay Huge t-shirts, which we released when we released the song Way Huge. But yeah, we're going to have some new merch for the tour upcoming in September and October. So that's going to be all a little package deal. Don't you worry, baby.
Awesome. Edwin, if you're in the Instagram chat, if you're on Instagram, I'm going to try and call you guys there now.
Okay, this is exciting.
And this may or may not work, and let's just try it now. There's technology there's a first for everything, and let's just try it out now. Let's have a look. Calling. Yeah, so you're tuned into Kiwiradio.nz. That's Kiwi Radio. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you. You're on Instagram now, right? Do we have Logan?
Yep. Maybe.
It says that Logan's in the thing. Logan, are you there, mate? Audio call. Let's try it out.
audio or video?
Oh, hello.
What do you think?
Who's this?
I'm on video. You want to go video?
Is this Logan?
Yep.
Oh, we've got Logan.
What's going on?
Have we got Edwin as well?
Oh, no way.
Have we got Edwin as well?
You've called me on the rooms page, so only one of us can do it.
Okay, well, there we go. We'll just... so this is Logan now, is it?
Yep, that's the one.
Logan, welcome to Kiwi Radio. First of all, thanks for doing the rhythm section of the rooms. We're actually closing off...
Hey, no worries. I just watched your whole interview with Edwin. It was very good. Thank you, brother.
Awesome. You guys, you sound like a racket, and I hope people, get to your gigs live. You've got an amazing new album with AAA Records. How does it all feel for you? How are you feeling for 2025?
Honestly, I feel fucking exhausted. It's been a great time. It's been a fantastic experience. We started this album, I would say, probably 2 years ago, writing, recording, mixing, and it's finally coming out. And the songs you're hearing now are the final songs, but not the final mixes. So a little sneak peek, and it's going to be a great time in September.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining the interview, because this is a bit of it's going to become a relic, I reckon, in the archives. Yep. When you look back and go, well, you heard it here first. You heard the album at Kiwi Radio. So we're excited to be part of your historic journey, and we wish you the best with the album. Is there anything you want to say before we close the show?
I just want to say, please don't listen to anything we've ever released before. Only listen to this new stuff, because this is like another level. Like, we've done everything DIY in-house before now, and now we finally have the label. We finally have good studios, good gear, like good just mentality with recording, and I think we're going to kick some ass. So come watch us kick some ass.
I love that. And it's good that you've poured your heart and soul into a polished and respectable product, because it's going to be enjoyed for many years to come. Go check them out. Upcoming shows are going to be announced at therooms.co.nz. And thank you very much, Logan, for joining the conversation. We'll be signing off now.
Hey, no worries at all. Thank you all, anyone who's listening. Thank you very much, mate. And see you guys on the road. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And that is The Rooms, everyone, and Kiwiradio.nz, simulcast on rvm.co.nz, proudly sponsored by Musician Buddy. Go get the free app if you've got an iPhone or iPad. It's free to download. We want to say thank you to Musician Buddy for sponsoring the show. We'll be back each and every week, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. New Zealand time. We've also got Amelia Power joining us for a very special in-person studio performance on Wednesday, 25th of June 2025. That's a midday live stream. More information about everything we do on our website. We'll see you next time, everyone. Take care, stay cool, stay creative, keep it locked here on Kiwi Radio.